Rebirthing. Now, why do we need rebirthing? Why do we need to be reborn? We know the idea of rebirthing is to allow our old self to die and emerge like the phoenix out of the ashes, reborn into a new being, a brand new person, allowing the old to die and the new to be born. That is the idea of rebirthing. Rebirthing has been used by almost practically every civilization, every culture, every religion in different ways. It's associated with rituals, with challenges, with many different techniques. Now, in this context, rebirthing is exactly what we are speaking, where the old dies and the new is formed. Now, exactly why do we need this? And why is it relevant to us today in this changing environment and context and situation? Let's look at two different scenarios. Let's just put an example, take an example of your mobile phone. Now, when you buy a brand new mobile phone, the latest model, when you buy a new mobile phone right out of the packaging and you switch it on, it functions like knife on butter. Everything's just perfect. The screen looks sparkling, the programs, the applications open quickly, you can do different things, and everything's just fine. It's got a whole lot of memory, etc. Now, as we start to use it and time goes by, when we start to exchange files with people, when we start to communicate through different applications, when you download new applications, when you delete them, over a period of time, some corruption starts to occur. There are bad sectors, there are bad memory spaces, many different things. Then what do we have to do? It becomes sluggish, it becomes slow, it might just freeze, it might just crash. Until we reboot it. One of the basic ways when things stop to function on your computer or your PC or your mobile phone, it hangs, you simply switch off and switch on, or take the battery out and put it back again and hope that it starts to function. If it does not, then you take it to the manufacturer to get it cleared up, serviced, to let the operating system be taken out, deleted, and a new operating system inserted, where all the previous memory is gone, and hopefully it will, when you press the on button, turn back into a new phone, a brand new phone. This is one concept, one context to express why it is necessary for us to relook, reinvigorate, reinvent ourselves every now and then. Number two, you bought a new mobile phone, which is latest, trending right now, and after a few years, you realize that the applications have changed, things have changed, the environment has changed, and this has become a very old model. There are new models present, and this has become redundant. Right? So exactly in such a manner, what we as human beings go through is just the same. When we enter a new job, a new phase of our life, when we are excited, it just feels just great. A new relationship, for example, things are full of color. The trees are filled with birds. Everything is just hunky-dory and great. But as we start to move along life, and as things start to happen between the couple, two people, then memories, bad instances, bad interactions, all the problems, all of these start to become an issue, and then we need to change things. We need to go away to a holiday. We need to do something to refresh our relationship, right? Similarly, it is said that every 7 years, a person needs to reinvent himself or herself, because it is said that every 7 years there is a need, there is accumulation of toxins, there's an accumulation of bad memories, there's an accumulation of negative emotions, there's an accumulation of bad decisions. All of these start to affect us, and we don't feel the same anymore. It is said that from 0 to 7 years, we are in a certain phase of a life. From 7 years onwards, when we start to become a boy from 7 to 14, then we are no more a child. Then we need to re-look at things in a fresh new perspective, a fresh new light. All the programs that work with us when we were a child no more apply. We need to reinvent ourselves. From 7 to 14, from 14 to 21, when we are in our teenage years, things that applied when we were a boy doesn't apply anymore. When from 21 to 28 years, again, when we become a young man, a woman, then the rules of the game change, and we need to change our perspective based on that. So it is said every 7 years we need to reinvent ourselves. Also, with the changing times, we need to harmonize our energies to the energies of the world, the cosmos, the environment, the ecosystem, etc. We can't expect to operate with the same value systems, the same beliefs, the same thought processes, the same ego, the same persona that helped us in the past to help us in the future, when we find one day that the ecosystem has undergone a dramatic shift or a change. So it is necessary for us as functioning beings to reinvent, reboot, reinvigorate, re-energize, reinvent ourselves every now and then, so we are current with the changing times. It is also important for us to figure out, not just physically make these changes, but very deep inside us, energetically, our thought processes, our programs, all of these need to change. Our neural patterns are nothing but our programs. They also need to be rewired. Our wiring needs to change. Our chemistry needs to change. So, now that we know that why rebirthing is important, let's look at why is it very important for us in this time and place, 2020. The year 2020 is again a remarkable year in terms of what we are facing with the pandemic and the resultant changes in our ecosystem. Now, the pandemic can be a challenge for us as a human species, but might be it is a blessing for the rest of the ecosystem, for the planet as a whole. So, the change that the adaptation that we need to do has to come from us. If we feel today out of line, if we feel frustrated, if we feel nothing is working for us, if we feel scared, if we feel anxious, then it is necessary for us to reinvent ourselves. In the sense, harmonize our energies to that of the outside cosmos, of the cosmic cycles. Bring ourselves in alignment with the cosmic, cycles. It is what is happening today is not something unknown, unpredicted. In fact, the Mayans have known it, the Indian civilization, the Vedic civilization has known it, and many other civilizations have known it. When we look at the Mayans, 2012, according to their Mayan calendar, was meant to be that year when the old world comes to an end and the new world is going to emerge. And we can see the cataclysmic changes that are occurring in the world today. The polarization of politics, of how people are starting to divide from the left to the right. There is a big gap, a chasm. We can see the pace of change in technology moving so fast that it's difficult for us to keep pace with it, from 4G to 5G, etc., from robotics to artificial intelligence, etc. We can see the pace of change being very rapid. The ecosystem, the environment that is changing around us rapidly, the weather patterns that are changing rapidly. The other civilization which knew this was the Vedic civilization. When they looked at different Yuga cycles, they described Yuga cycles as this period of time which is in sync with what the Mayans said. According to the Mayans, every 5,125 years, there's a new phase that comes. According to, when you look at the Vedic calendars, it is the Yuga cycles also take something like 5,000 and odd years for that change to happen. From Dwapar Yuga to Kali Yuga, from Kali Yuga to again a Dwapar Yuga to a Treta Yuga. All of these Yuga cycles take the same amount of time. In fact, when we look at astronomy, in the study of astronomy, of planets, of cosmic, what do you call it, planets and cosmic spaces, then we realize, we understand today from scientific understanding that our solar system moves through the galaxy in a certain pattern. Like an infinity loop, you have 8 as an infinity loop. When you cut it, the half infinity loop, which just goes up and down. This is the line, goes up and down and up again, and it goes on. This complete S cycle, from this point when it makes a complete S sign, takes 26,000 years. When you split that into half, it takes 13,000 years. When you make that into 1 quarter, it becomes 5,000 and odd years, 6,000 odd years, which is exactly what the Mayans speak of cycles, Yuga, of their cycles, change cycles in the world, which is what the Yuga cycles also correspond, 5,125 years. So it is said that right now, the world or the solar system this is the galactic mean. Galactic mean is where, you know, the galaxy is like a disk, right? The matter is condensed more towards the center, the core, and it's like a plane. Now, the solar system is going through the plane in a certain way. At this very point, during this time, the solar system is emerging, and in this again, it's in touch with the mean, the galactic mean. It's passing through the galactic mean where the cosmic matter, plasmic matter is the densest. The pace of change that we are going to experience is at an accelerated set. So this is moving up like this. So it is meant that we are moving towards the Dwapar Yuga. As a mankind, as a species, we are also adapting and evolving into a newer species, from being Homo sapiens to being Homo celestus. But anyway, besides all of this, we can see now during this point that there are cataclysmic changes happening in our ecosystem, in our cosmic cycles, and we need to be energetically in alignment with what is happening outside of us. Only when we are in harmony do we feel a sense of consonance, do we feel a sense of belonging, do we feel a sense of calm and peace and joy of being where we are, where we can see things from a perspective which is not that of fear, but which is that of hope, which is that of promise, which is that of abundance. So this is it for this video, where we speak of the idea of why do we need rebirthing, and why is rebirthing relevant to us and critical to us in this point in our times, in our lives. I have more such videos coming up on different topics, but also on rebirthing, of what are the different techniques that are available to us when we look at rebirthing ourselves. I would like you to now go to the button, subscribe button, click on it and click on the bell icon so you can be notified of the next forthcoming videos on rebirthing and many such topics that will help you to understand and make sense of what is going on around. For now, this is it from me. Thank you for watching and goodbye.